Thin wall container. All right, this is an example of our thin wall container, and this is what we're going to be creating. I just want to walk you guys through the steps. One of the first things that we are going to do is go to create a new file. So create a new file, and you want to name it appropriately, so thin wall container. And what I would like for you to do is to create a folder on your desktop. The way you're going to create a folder on your desktop is just go to the icon right next to where you type the name in, go to desktop, and just create a folder there, and then place your file inside of that folder, okay? And then just select OK. The next thing you want to do is you want to orient your view. You're going to do this by right-clicking on the stage. Once you right-click on the stage, you'll see where you have an option to orient the view. And we're going to go to the top view. The next thing we're going to do after setting this to the top view is we want to create a rectangle. So we're going to go to Direct Sketch, and we're going to select the Rectangle tool. We're going to click in one location and then just drag up. The very next thing that we're going to do is we're going to round these corners. We're going to round them by using the Fillet tool. So you select on one side and then another side and then in the middle. On one side and then on the other side and then in the middle of those two selections. And you just go all the way around and just keep doing the same thing. It's fairly easy once you get the hang of it. Now we're going to constrain our sides. Basically, we want them to be the same all the way around. So I made a little mistake right here. I haven't deselected my fillet tool. So the way you do that is by middle clicking, selecting your middle button on your mouse, and that'll take care of it for you. Okay. So now I'm going to go around. I'm going to select all of these sides. Once I select all of these sides, I want to select equals. So that makes each side equal. So if I change the constraint on one side, it changes it for all of them. That's really what's happening. Now we're going to do the same thing for the fillets. And notice the icon that comes up when I select. It has that little arrow and it pops up. That's the kind of icon that you want to see. And you want to select equal radius. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to middle this. We want to center the coordinate system, or the coordinate system right in the center of the object. And the way we're going to do this, we're going to constrain the object to the datum coordinate system. All right, the X and Y and the Z. The next thing we want to do, and you're going to see that I'm going to have a little difficulty here. The next thing we want to do is we want to define the actual side, the length of the side. And you're seeing that it's hard for me to get in there. So a workaround, or a way to get to deal with this, is just to go up to Fit Screen. That's our Fit Screen icon. And now things are much bigger. And so now I can select the top side and then the bottom side and then drag to the right. And I can actually set the height to 60 millimeters. So you can see that the size is not fitting the screen totally, so I just hit Fit Screen again. So we want to make sure that that's 60 millimeters. We want to change our radius, and we want to make sure that that's 80. I mean, not 80, but 18. So you basically double click on the radius vector. Now we're going to extrude. So basically we just select on extrude. It's going to turn this thing gray. I'm using my middle mouse button to rotate this. Of course, I just use Fit to Screen again. We want to make sure that this is 100 millimeters long, or high, I should say. Okay. So now after you hit OK, our object has been extruded from our sketch. We're now going to edge blend. So basically we're going to take the bottom edge and we're going to curve it. Okay, once we do that, we want to curve it to 8 millimeters. We want a radius of 8 millimeters. And then we're just going to select on OK. to verify that option. The very next thing that we're going to do is we're going to hollow this thing out. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to use shell, and we're going to choose 3.5 millimeters to shell this particular device out. We have to select the face that we want to shell, and that's the top face, and we're almost done. Just in case it's not 3.5 millimeters, just go ahead and put that in again and say okay. And that is the end of this particular video. Okay? So make sure that you save your file, okay? And you're gonna eventually upload this to your Dropbox. Well, I want you to upload this to Dropbox from your desktop. And then once you do that, you're gonna share that link with me on Moodle, okay?